Are you a postpartum mom that is wondering when you're going to get your body back? Did you just have a baby and you're wondering, I just don't know what to do. I've been praying, I've been searching, and you can't find the answer? I know. Let me tell you why. But first, my name is Polly. I'm a pelvic floor physical therapist, and I have been doing this for over 16 years. I have helped tens of thousands of women stop leaking, have pain-free intimacy, and feel proud of their bodies even after baby, no matter how long it's been, and without Kegels. I want you to know that you are not alone. So many moms in your shoes are praying, searching for answers, trying to find the thing that's going to help them feel like they did before babies. And they try Kegels and they don't work, or they forget to do Kegels, and then they're frustrated that they weren't doing a good enough job. And then they're tired because their little one is up all night. Is that you? Then this video is for you. In this video, I want to walk you through the things that maybe you've tried, but maybe it's not exactly the way your body is designed. So unfortunately, you may have never had a fighting chance to be able to sort through this and improve and feel like you did before babies. But let me also just clarify one thing. You can feel like you did before babies. In fact, many of my clients say that they feel better now after having kids than they did even before, which is really quite exciting. And the thing I want to tell you is that our bodies were made to have babies. Everyone always acts as though our body is messed up or it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And so it ends up creating this tug and this tug of war between us feeling, okay, well, I had kids. That's all I wanted to do is become a mother. But then it's almost like I'm punished or wrecked or ruined or something of that nature, even though that's not true. So in today's video, I want to walk you through a couple things that maybe you've tried, and again, maybe give you some different solutions to try. So the very first thing that I want to share with you is Kegels. If you go and you look on Pinterest or you look on YouTube or you look on social media, or even your doctor, for heaven's sakes, they will tell you that you should do Kegels or hundreds of them. But here's what I'm going to tell you. You had a baby. Nothing went wrong. But also, think about this for a moment. If you went to a personal trainer, they're not going to tell you, to recover after baby, you got to squeeze and relax and then squeeze and relax. Do that for your bum muscles, do that for your arm muscles, do it for your core muscles. You would sit there and listen to that advice and think, there's no absolute way that I am listening to you, nor am I giving you any of my money, right? Of course, you're not going to agree to that. But here's the thing, that's exactly what a Kegel is. All a Kegel is a pelvic floor contraction where you squeeze and relax and squeeze and relax. So how is that supposed to be fixing anything? My thoughts exactly. It's not going to. Here's what I want to give you, maybe just to start trying on your own. There is something that I like to call the VAB3 principles: vertical, above the pelvis, below the pelvis, and all three planes. These are principles in which our pelvic floor is guaranteed via research that are doing these types of activities or activities that include these principles. It's guaranteed that our pelvic floor will actually activate, turn on, and we can almost guarantee that it's going to start strengthening our pelvic floor. So there you have it. Using these principles to strengthen our pelvic floor is one of the things that we can do to actually see benefit and change. Because if you're going to be taking time away from being a mom, all those activities really have to matter, right? So we should be using something that actually matters. It's been proven in research, but also, I'll say again, God made this body. You had a baby. Nothing has gone wrong here. There's nothing to fix. We just need to get you a little stronger for the changes that your body went through while you were pregnant. All right, moving on to the second thing that maybe you have tried: trying to exercise too much. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Think back with me when you were pregnant. You probably felt kind of loosey-goosey, sometimes stiff, sometimes you don't even know what's happening. That was because of a hormone called relaxin. That made everything be loosey-goosey. Guess what? That hormone still stays in your body up to 9 months, sometimes longer possibly, if you're breastfeeding or pumping. So everything still is loosey-goosey. So when women tell you, okay, well, I jumped back in after I got my 6 weeks clearance to exercise. The thing that we're missing here, again, is we are neglecting that God created this body. We're not honoring this body if we jump right in and forget the way that He created it and what's really happening physiologically. So you jumping in back to that exercise, that HIIT exercise, or the exercise that your neighbor tried, or that you saw the girl on social media that got her figure back immediately. I am here to tell you that if you jump in too soon, you can create more damage than you can actually create benefit. What I mean by this is you can create prolapse. And let me even say this, before I go any further, I do not want to create fear. That is not how I operate. I don't even think that that's how God operates either, by inciting fear among you and making you scared and thinking that you've done wrong. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh my gosh, I've tried all of this, I'm wrecking my body. Please know that there's a season for all things. And sometimes that just might be part of your journey to be able to figure out what's the best thing for you, what's going to work for you, what's not going to work for you, I should say. So I say that to encourage you, not to scare you. So if you're doing some of these things, you're all right, everything's okay, but have a listen and then maybe start implementing some of these things. Now, jumping in too soon at 6 weeks is really bananas to me. And let me tell you why. In that 6-week appointment, does your doctor check to see, are your hormones still at that level causing everything to be loosey-goosey? No, that's so silly. And to be honest, I don't think they ever will. So that's crazy to me that they're saying, yep, go ahead, you're good to go. They never even checked your levels. The other thing that drives me crazy about the, oh, yep, you're at your 6 weeks, you can just jump right in. The part that drives me bananas about that is, are they actually checking any of your muscles to see if you're healthy, if you're in a position to be able to return to exercise? And many of us didn't even exercise consistently during our pregnancy, but we are so gung-ho to be able to jump right in, lose that baby weight, and feel like we did before kids. That's wild to me. As I'm saying this, I'm not trying to put blame on anyone, but I really want you to consider, oh, we really are neglecting, and dare I say, sometimes not honoring the body that God gave us. Now, the third thing that I want to bring up about that I think is crazy, that at 6 weeks we jump right in, you are probably not sleeping through the night. And when we sleep, we heal. So if we're not sleeping, we're not healing. So if you're trying to jump in with all the gusto in the world to try to make those changes and get that body back, you're not even sleeping well. So now if you jump in at 6 weeks trying to get that body back, the problem here is that you are going to run into the fact that you're still healing. That's taking up a chunk of your, the resources inside your body. But then if you're not sleeping, or I said that wrong. If you're not sleeping and you're taxing your body, that's competing. So your body not only is not getting the nutrients and resources that it needs and the sleep to be able to heal, that's going to end up being a problem for you at some point. So I would say take a step back. Allow your body to heal naturally. Allow your body to do what it's supposed to do. If you need to take a couple more weeks to heal and feel rested and sleep, and dare I say, take a step back and consider the fact that you are a new mama. You and that relationship, or you and your baby's relationship matters. If you're adding the second or the third or the fourth or the fifth or however many you're adding, this is a new family member. This is a time for you to create routines and rhythms. And I would say that's honoring. That's honoring in so many ways and not jumping the gun. So I would encourage you in this sense is just to take a step back. Have some rest, recover. Your body will respond so much better when you are rested and recovered and healed than you jumping in at 6 weeks postpartum to make the biggest change in the world for you to feel like you did after you had that baby. Now, the last thing here that I'm wondering if you're trying is to do all of those transverse abdominis exercises, or all those heal my diastasis recti exercises. Diastasis, diastasis, tomato, tomato, it's the same thing. But if you're like, oh my gosh, I have it, I have to be able to fix it, I don't want it to, everyone take a breath. Again, nothing has gone wrong. Nothing has gone wrong. But we're taught in social media, and again, there's that fear. We have a God of peace. He is not going to incite fear for you to hurry and fix it like something's gone wrong. There's no urgency in that, or urgency is not going to come from him. So remember, nothing has gone wrong here. And dare I say, this is probably a topic for another video, but a lot of the things that are out there about diastasis actually make it worse. Research has shown it over and over again. But again, let's take a step back. As a Christian mama, we know that God made our body and it's wonderful and we're fearfully and wonderfully made, right? I hope you believe that. If you don't, think about it for a little bit. But I want you to remember that this body knows what to do. And you having diastasis, nothing has gone wrong. So the tip I'm going to give you here, maybe just to consider this particular change, is to do some deep breathing. As you inhale, let that belly blow up nice and big. As you exhale, let that belly gently deflate. You're not forcing this. You're not trying to make it happen. You're not trying to be aggressive. But again, as you inhale, the belly's going to blow up nice and big, nice and gentle. As you exhale, it's going to slowly deflate. This is slow. This is purposeful. This is methodical. Here's a really cool thing about that. As you're doing that breathing, and the other tip I'll give you here is from your belly button down to your pubic bone, really try to gently coax that section to blow back up. But as you're doing that, it's actually going to help move you into rest and digest, which in turn is going to help with your milk production. So I often encourage my patients and clients to use this while they are nursing. So isn't that kind of cool? You can sit there and help yourself with letdown as you're bonding with your baby. What a beautiful thing. Or even if you're not nursing, you can do this while you're feeding. But also you're helping to improve the one thing that's been shown to help with diastasis. You're doing that one thing as you're sitting there. Women, we're always multitasking, right? Now, if this video resonated with you, give it a like, but have a look in the description below. Not only have I made available times for you and I to be able to chat about your pelvic floors or core's next step, but also have a look at my free training where I go into more depth about this in terms of having postpartum recovery the way that God designed. Now, the thing I want to leave you here is with that question that I asked in the beginning, will my body ever be mine again? Will it ever be the same? In Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 17, this is what they say, but I will restore you to health and heal your wounds. I want you to remember that in this journey, nothing has gone wrong here. And the other thing that I want to add, or the other scripture I want to add in here is Isaiah 40, verse 11. And this is one that often brings restoration and peace to my heart. He gathers, and this is the end part of it, he gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart. He gently leads those that have young. And that is you, mama. That is you. He is leading your heart. So if this has resonated with you on any front, have a look in the description below, and I would love to be able to have a chat with you. See you soon.